is Erma Nordquist, sharing a session of yoga with you. And in any yoga session, we are bringing the body and the mind together in a conscious fashion. So just allow yourself to lie down flat on your back on the floor and let the body give a sigh. And you can feel that. It moves throughout the body and out through the feet. And there's a physical reaction. Notice it. Let the face relax. And notice that when you give yourself this opportunity, there's a different level of activity that begins to happen within the body. And this is noticeable. I want you to raise your arms up over your head and then bring them out to the side and face your palms down. And then just return them down beside you. And again, let the body accept that. There's a difference in the feeling. And repeat it another time. Bring the arms up. Bring the legs together. Reach up from the shoulders. Push down from the heels. Arch the middle of the back. Feel that stretch all the way up to the tips of the fingers, and then release it instantly. Feel the release. Bring the arms out to the side and slowly down beside you. Let the face relax. Now place your feet flat on the floor. And I want you to move the knees just gently from side to side and think about the center of that motion. You're moving the knees no more than 2 or 3 inches on either side of the center. And because of this length of the motion, you're bringing a deeper massage right in the very center of the back, and this is what we're looking for. I want you to notice where that is. And you can imagine a beam of light shining right there. And you begin immediately to bring the body and the mind together and to flush out the cares of the day. Now let the knees become still and notice any feeling in the back. And release from inside the back. There's a level of tightness that we hold within ourselves most of the time. You're going to become aware of that and be able to release it. Not through violence, not through forcing. Completely different attitude. You're going to learn how to let go and tune in internally. Now separate the feet and the knees, hip width. The back of the head should be centered. The face is relaxed. And lift the hips and back wherever you can. You're not trying to force. You're working with your own body, and this is important to remember. Now allow the back to come down as slowly as it is ready to do. And when the back is touching the floor, feel that additional release coming from the inside. And then repeat that motion. Just lift the hips and back wherever you can. Feel it and release it easy. Now straighten the legs out. And clasp your fingers together and place them behind the back of the head. bring the legs together, point the toes up, the legs are on the floor. I want you to lift the head and shoulders and look toward the feet. Bring the chin forward as best you can. And then keep your chin forward as you release the back, shoulders, the neck, the head. Let the face relax. Release the hands. Bring them down beside you. And again, feel that. There's a difference in the feeling, and you're going to tune into this feeling and this difference. Now place the hands on the lower part of the abdomen. Very light touch of the hands. And as if you're drawing a line from the center of the forehead to the area under the hands. Inhale through the nose, expanding the area under the hands. Drawing the breath up into the lungs and releasing from the lungs down. Nothing to be anxious about. You simply observe. You become aware of the breath. You follow the directions that you hear me give you. You're inhaling through the nose, expanding the abdominal area, drawing the breath up into the lungs, releasing from the lungs down. Now you may find that you tighten up in the face or the throat or the chest, or if you feel an uncomfortable feeling in the throat or the chest, let the breathing go. We work with it throughout the session, and you begin to utilize it on a 24-hour basis. The abdominal breath is basic to the study and the practice of yoga. It's your natural tranquilizer. It can calm the body and the mind in times of stress. It's your most important resource. It connects you to your life. So how you breathe is terribly important to your health and to your mental and emotional health as well. Now release the hands and just move the head from side to side. And again, I want you to tune into the rhythm of it. Equal distance on either side of the head. Face is relaxed. You're not trying to analyze it. You simply are allowing yourself to participate. Bring the head back to the center. And again, let the body give a sigh so that you're releasing any tightness, any stiffness, any anxiety about yourself. Now bring yourself up to a sitting position. And bring the legs in a cross-legged position. And I want you to be aware of how you're sitting. Straighten the lower back as best you can. And bring the hands down beside you. The head is centered, shoulders are level, face is relaxed. Now bring the arms out to the side. Turn the palms up. Let the hands relax. Let the face relax. And then raise the arms up over the head. Bring the palms together if you can and reach up. Feel it from the shoulders. And you're also going to feel it down the back. And then release gently from the shoulders. Separate the arms, bring them out to the side and down. Let the face relax. Place the back of the hands on the knees. Now the same thing again. The hands are down beside you. Turn the palms up. Back is nice and straight. Head is level. Bring the arms slowly out to the side. Hold them shoulder height for an instant. Hands are relaxed. Now bring the arms on up over the head. Bring the palms together if you can. Reach up from the shoulders. Feel the stretch. And then release. Let the shoulders relax. Bring the arms out to the side and down softly. And you're feeling something in the arms, in the shoulders, in the back. Let the face relax. Now we're going to do a breathing exercise called a dynamic cleansing breath. And this is an exercise we do every week in class. You're going to inhale through the nose, purse the lips, exhale through the lips as if you're blowing out a candle. Inhale, purse the lips, exhale. Inhale, purse the lips, exhale. Inhale, purse the lips, exhale. Relax. Now notice where you feel that. You're getting it up into the chest. On your exhalation, when you can pull the stomach muscles in, you're going to add more power to the cleansing breath. And this is helpful if you have a cold, if you have congestions. Breath is an important part of cleansing the body. Remember that. Now I want you to reach over the right shoulder with the right hand and underneath with the left. You may be able to bring the fingers together. You may not be able to. Making the effort is what is important. Notice where you feel it. Then release slowly, so you're not going to jerk the arms. And you reverse. The left hand up and over the left shoulder, the right hand underneath. This is the hardest side if you're right-handed. Posture clasp. And release slowly so that you're not going to jerk the arms. And notice where you feel it. Beautiful exercise for the shoulders, the upper arm, the upper back. Now straighten the legs out. And I want you to raise the arms up shoulder height. And just lean forward from the hips and the lower back, base of the spine. Keep the arms up shoulder height. You're leaning forward just a very short distance and straightening up. I want you to feel that coming from the shoulders and the lower back. You're not trying to reach at all. It's a gentle stretching. And then release. And bring the hands behind you. The legs are together. Place an even weight on each hand as best you can so that you have this even, centered use of your body. And just arch the back wherever you can. If you visualize a semicircle, this will help you. Then release easy and lower yourself on your back. Now again, let the body give a sigh. You're beginning to feel a stimulation moving through the body. Visualize it in rays of light. We're drawing light into the body with every breath that we draw. On your exhalation, you're releasing the toxins. The body is going through a cleansing process, which is part of us constantly on a 24-hour basis, every breath that we draw. We're involving ourselves in the self-renewal life support system. Yoga simply helps you to tune into that in a more conscious way, using your own resources, nothing that we're manufacturing. The breath, gentle stretching, the relaxation. And we can keep the relaxation from happening by shutting it out mentally. This is a decision that we make, and again, it's pretty much of a constant thing. Every minute we are choosing how we're reacting to life situations. You're inhaling through the nose, expanding the abdominal area, drawing the breath up into the lungs, releasing from the lungs down. If you haven't done this kind of breathing before, it seems a little awkward. It takes a little time to get used to it. It does require that you think about it. And you consciously are drawing the body and the mind together. And then allow the body to react to that by letting the relaxation happen. This is called the relaxation response. Now bring the right knee to the chest. Clasp the hands around the knee. Lift the head. Bring the chin toward the knee. Move the chin forward into the throat. Release the back, the shoulders, the neck, the head. Let the face relax. Let the shoulders relax. Release the hands. Raise the leg up toward the ceiling. Flatten the foot if you can. Exercise the foot, moving the toe toward the head and up toward the ceiling. And remember, I said you're working with your own body. Your body is going to protect you. You can't force it. Now bring the knee back to the chest and slowly bring the foot to the floor. And then straighten the leg out. And observe the breath. Observe how your body reacted to this. You're working gently and patiently. Now bring the left knee up. Clasp the hands around the knee. Lift the head. Bring the chin toward the knee. Let the face relax. Then release the back, the shoulders, the neck, the head. Keep the chin forward into the throat as best you can. When the head is on the floor, feel the relaxation in the shoulders, in the face, in the throat. Release the hands. Raise the leg up. Exercise the foot. If you have a problem with the knee, you can massage the knee. Then bring the knee back to the chest and the foot to the floor and release the leg. Now observe yourself. Face is relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Tune into the breathing. You're inhaling through the nose, expanding the abdominal area, drawing the breath up into the lungs, releasing from the lungs down. You're drawing light rays into the body. Visualize the breath as the shape of the candle flame. This gives you something to tune into, visual image. And then picture the glow of the candle flame. And you begin to consciously use the resource of your imagination, which is very important in what we're doing. The more that you can picture what it is you're doing, the more power and the more help it will bring you. Yoga is a self-help system. You're working for your health. And a very important process. Now bring both knees to the chest. Clasp the hands around the knees. You can lift the head if you want to, bringing the chin toward the knees. If you find this is too strenuous, keep the head on the floor. And I want you to just move the body from side to side. The shoulders, the hips, the knees. Very gentle rolling motion. And if the head is on the floor, move the head if it feels comfortable, so that you're trying not to have any part of the body rigid or tight or tense. Face is relaxed, and let the mind be clear. You're not trying to analyze yourself. Now let the body become still. Release the hands. Bring the feet slowly to the floor. Separate the feet and the knees so that they're hip width apart. The hands are down beside you. You can place the palms flat if you need to give yourself a little leverage. And lift the hips and back wherever you can. The head should be centered. And then allow the back to come down as easy as it's ready to do. And this is a very important back exercise that releases tightness, it releases fatigue, it releases nervous exhaustion, and this is a part of our day. When the hips are on the floor, feel that complete release coming from the inside. The face is relaxed, the mind is calming down, becoming quiet and peaceful. And then repeat the same motion. Lift the hips and back. And release as slowly as your back is ready to do. Visualize that center line. And when the back is touching the floor, there's an additional release coming from the inside if you give yourself a second or two of awareness. And this is where you begin to benefit from the system of yoga. This extra few seconds of letting go, of relaxing, of beginning to trust this beautiful instrument that is your life. Now I want you to again move the knees from side to side, and this is massaging gently, releasing any degree of tension that may have built up. Let the knees become still. Release the legs. And then bring yourself up to a sitting and then a standing position. We're going to do a few stretching exercises from a standing position. And these I recommend that you use when you get up in the morning, when you're waiting for your breakfast, for the tea kettle to boil. You can use them in the shower, you can use them in the bathtub. This is when you're going to benefit really from the system of yoga, which is a beautiful system. Beginning to be aware of how you use yourself throughout your day. So bring the feet together. Look down at your feet so that you have them centered. They're directly across from each other. And this will bring the hips and the shoulders in alignment. We're working with body alignment in yoga. You have a center, you have two arms, two legs. How you use them, how you stand is important. So just bring the arms forward and up. And reach up from the shoulders. Feel as though the feet are planted. Feel that beautiful stretch right up the spine. And then release at the shoulders. And bring the arms slowly back down. Let the face relax. Now I want you to just swing your arms from shoulder to shoulder. And move them in front of you. Crisscross the arms in front of you. And release. Just let the arms become still. Now raise your right arm forward and up. And reach up from the shoulder. And move the left arm back and reach back from the left. Reach. And release. And reverse. The left arm up, the right arm back. Feel them from the shoulder. Reach and release. Bring the arms out to the side. Turn your palms up. Raise them about 3/4 of the way up and press on the heel of the hand and reach again from the shoulder. Reach. Pull the stomach in. And release. Release the arms. Now I want you to lean forward easy and place your hands on your knees and push out slightly with the lower back. Not a heavy stretch, just beginning to give the spine a break. And release easy. Straighten yourself up. Place the hands on the waist. Extend the left foot directly forward, just a slight distance. And I want you to bend the left knee. Keep the back straight. Then straighten the leg. And again, bend the knee and do it slowly. And release. And reverse. Extend the right foot. Hands are on the waist, bend the knee, keep the back straight, release, and one more time. Bend the knee, and release, release the hands. Now separate the feet and turn the feet slightly to the outside. And give yourself a good 2 feet. And I want you to again just bend your right knee slowly and release, and bend the left and release. One more time, the right, release, and the left, release. Now bring your arms forward and up. Bring the feet together. Inhale. Exhale and lean slightly to the left, no more than 2 or 3 inches. Inhale and up. Exhale to the right. Inhale and up. Exhale, release the arms. And bring yourself back down on your back. bringing the feet flat and moving the knees from side to side. So that, again, you're massaging gently in the lower back, and this is an important kind of a gentle exercise. You're working with your own body, but regardless of how great shape you think you're in, you need the gentleness, the conditioning, the compassionate understanding. And this is what we're doing. We're trying not to be violent to the body. For this particular kind of exercise. And what it does for you, it brings you more strength, more flexibility, so that you can use it in any other fashion that you choose. And then just let the legs come down. Become aware of the breath. And visualize the cleansing action going on in the body and in the mind. You're releasing the busyness, the pressure of the thought process. You're letting it go farther and farther in the distance and giving yourself a period of calmness and quietness. And beauty. Now we're going to start this side of the tape on a side position. So I want you to bring yourself to your right side. Your right hand is up above the head. The hand is on the back of the head so that your elbow is straight up as best you can place it. And this will place you on the hip. I want you on the right hip. And you can bend the right knee slightly, and this will take the pressure off from the hip. Now bring your left knee, bend the knee as much as you can, and bring it as close to the chest and on the floor as you can. And then straighten that leg out slowly and move it back from the hip. And then again, begin to bend the knee and bring it up as close to the chest and on the floor as you can. And then one more time, straighten the leg and move it backward from the hip. Remember, you're working with your own body. And then bring the leg, place it directly over the right hip so that you shouldn't be able to see the foot at this point. You're completely straight on the side. Now, if you will place your left hand on the thigh, this gives you a guideline. I want you to raise the leg straight up, wherever you can, and let it come down. Now, if you've gone too high with the leg, chances are you are off from the side. Try it one more time. Raise the leg straight up and point the toe toward the right. So you're using a completely straight leg motion from the side, and then bring it down and bend the knee. Let the leg relax. And then turn yourself over on the left side. You're placing the head in the hand. The elbow is up above the head. The knee is bent slightly. The right leg is straight. Now bend the right knee and bring the knee up as close to the chest and toward the floor as you can. This gives a nice stretch there in the thigh, in the hip area. And then move the leg slowly back and move it on backward from the hip. You're straightening the knee out as best you can. And then again, begin to bend the knee and bring it up as close to the chest as you can and place it on the floor. And one more time, begin to straighten the leg out and move it back from the hip. Now bring the leg so that it's directly over the left leg. Bring the right hand on the side of the thigh and raise the leg straight up. The toe should be pointing to the left. Let the leg come down slowly. And one more time, raise it straight up and down. And let yourself go over on your back. Bring the knees up so that the feet are off from the floor. And I want you to rotate the knees. Draw a circle using the knees. Go first one way and then the other. And this gets up into a higher area of the back, and this is again another very gentle motion that is relaxing. It releases fatigue. And it also releases feelings of monotony and boredom and those kind of feelings that we're all subject to at one time or another. Then bring the feet slowly to the floor. Separate the feet and the knees, and lift the hips and back wherever you can. Feel that center line, and let the back come down easy. Now bring yourself again to a sitting position, and then to a standing position. Now feel the center line. Pull the stomach muscles in. Tighten the seat muscles. Feel the difference. Entire length of the trunk. There's a different feeling. Then release. And one more time. Pull in and release. Now separate the legs a good distance. And turn the left foot to the side. Bring the arms out shoulder height and look at the left hand. Now I want you to feel as though the left arm is directly over the left leg. The hips are level, shoulders are level. I want you to bend the left knee slowly, much as you can. Take it easy. And then release it just as slowly. And if you want to count while you're doing this, this is a good way to be sure that you are equalizing what you're doing. Remember, we're not in any hurry in a yoga class. Isn't this great? Now the same thing again. Bend the knee slowly. Keep the foot flat. Feel the strength of the foot in the thigh muscles as you straighten the leg. And then reverse the feet. Straighten the left foot, turn the right foot to the side. Make sure that the right leg is directly under the arm so that you have that feeling of alignment. And bend the knee slowly. Use the full weight of the foot. Use of the thigh muscles. You're stretching in the inner thigh. Getting into the hip area. Very important kind of a stretch. Feel it. Then release slowly. And one more time. Bend the knee slowly. And release. Release the leg, release the arms. Now notice any feeling in the arms. You've been exercising the arms even though they haven't moved. You're circulating the energy. You're sending warmth and stimulation throughout the body. Bring the feet together and make sure that you have the feet centered. Raise the arms forward and up. Reach up from the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Let the arms come forward and down. Look toward the floor. Look toward the knees if you can. If you need to bend the knees, do so. We're not trying to reach with the arms. This is important. The weight of the head and the trunk is going to stretch the spine gently as it's ready. You're not trying to reach the floor. Over a period of time, your body stretches because you're giving it the opportunity. Now release slowly. And we'll try the same thing one more time. And this is an excellent exercise to do first thing in the morning. Inhale. Raise the arms forward and up. Reach up from the shoulders. Feel that center line. Even use of the shoulders, the arms. Exhale. Bring the arms out over the floor. And allow yourself to come forward as if you're bending right in the center. You're not trying to reach with the arms. Give the arms some freedom. Let them swing from the shoulders. Release the head so that you're not holding the head rigid and tight. Let the face relax. Continue to breathe. Don't hold the breath. Now I want you to place your hands on your knees. Look up. Push out on the lower back. Feel that gentle stretch. And then release slowly. And straighten yourself up. Now lower yourself on your back. And allow the body to just let go. And if you bring the feet flat again, this will bring the back closer to the floor. I want you to move the head from side to side. Let the face relax. If you find that your mind is still busy, imagine a light there moving across the forehead, so that as the thoughts come around the center of the head, you're going to let them go and be erased with the light. And if they're important, they'll come back. This is not escaping your problems, as some people seem to think. This is using your head in a practical, creative fashion. The mind needs rest the same as our body does. In fact, if it doesn't get it, then you're in trouble. This is a simple way that you can rest the mind. Using the breath, using the stretching, the body and the mind work together. They were created to do that. Become aware of that. Let the face relax. Observe the breath. Now release the legs. And we're going to do the shoulder stand. And before you begin to move, there are some precautions. Your body will protect you. Remember, you're listening to your own body, you're working with it. It isn't a question of age, it's a question of physical condition. If you have a serious high blood pressure problem, or a heart problem, or problem with the eyes, then you shouldn't lift the back off from the floor. And you can work with any of the exercises that we've done before. If your back will go off from the floor, then you work with it according to what's going on with your own body. You come into the shoulder stand by bringing the knees up, lifting the back if it will go. The head is centered, the shoulders are level. You support the back with your hands and you straighten out your legs up toward the ceiling to the best of your ability. And your body responds to this in a gradual fashion. You become aware of what goes on with the breath. If you find the breath becomes labored and heavy, then this is your signal to release. And the secret in any of the yoga positions, you don't overhold. Go with your own body at the time you're doing it, not according to what a book says, not according to what you have seen someplace. You're working with your own body, and this is the most important thing that I can tell you. When your back becomes flexible, it's going to straighten from the shoulder to the hips. And the closer you bring your hands to the center of the shoulder blade area, the straighter your back will be. And then you release by bringing the knees toward the chest, keeping the legs together as best you can, and letting the back come down as slowly as it will come. And in the beginning, this isn't terribly slow, but you're working with all of the exercise to develop the strength and the flexibility of the body. And then release completely. Don't try it several times. Try it once. And if you bring the feet flat and move the knees from side to side, this is a gentle way of restoring the body, of massaging it gently, of getting to know it in a little different way. Then release the legs and observe the breathing. And in this relaxation, you're allowing the body to pick up that nourishment, and this is very important. If you don't get this in a yoga class, you're only doing exercises, and yoga is far more than that. It means to bring together the body and the mind so that the spirit within you has a chance to guide and help you. Now we're going to bring the legs again as if we were going to do the shoulder stand, only in the plow position. You're going to point the toes toward the floor over the head. Again, you support the back. If the back comes off from the floor, give it some support with the hands. You're not trying to force the feet to the floor. Your spine will stretch in its own time. We're not trying to force it. We're working with it. Back of the head is centered. If you can bring the chin into the throat. And then pay attention to the breath. Don't hold the breath. And you release the same way. You bend the knees, keep the legs together, feel that center line, and let the back come down easy. And then keep the knees up for a second or two and rotate the knees. And this brings a nice massage and a warmth to the spine, so that at no time are we trying to force ourselves to see how much we can take. This is not a part of the yoga system. We're working gently and compassionately with the body to release energy, not to exhaust it. Then bring the feet to the floor, straighten the legs out, and allow the body to accept that. Let the face relax, the throat, the chest. Observe the breath. Visualize the shape of the candle flame, the glow of the light. And feel that light coming from the soles of the feet, moving all the way up to the top of the head and back down, so that you literally are enclosing yourself in a glow of light. Now place the hands underneath the hips. The palms are face down. Lift the head, arch the upper back, place the top of the head on the floor in the fish position. You're arching the upper back. The weight is on the arms rather than on the head. If you feel as though you have all the weight on your head, lift the head up slightly and let it go back down gently. If you feel a lot of tension in the throat, only hold it a second or two. Observe the breath. Feel the breath coming up into the lungs, into the throat, into the face, into the head, the glands, the cells of the brain, nourishing, cleansing, healing. And then release very carefully. Move the chin forward. Release the hands and allow the body to pick up that nourishment. Observe the breath. Now bring yourself up to a sitting position. And bring the legs in a cross-legged position. And if you haven't done this kind of a position, if you don't sit in a cross-legged position, it's not comfortable in the beginning. But if you're in the habit of watching television from a soft chair, get down on the floor occasionally, sit in the cross-legged position. In fact, a good time to do yoga is sitting in front of the television sometimes, just to exercise and to stretch the body. Now place the flat of the hands on the knee, and I want you to lean forward from the base of the spine and from the hips, very short distance. Face is relaxed, you're not working with the shoulders, and straighten up very slowly. And I want you to visualize a triangle there from just below the small of the back, down to the hips and across the pelvic area. And that's the area that you're beginning to stretch. Lean forward again, very, very short distance. And then release easy and notice the way you feel. Now let the chin go forward into the throat and move the head to the left. And then keep the chin forward as you roll it to the right. And again, forward to the left. And bring the head to the center. And look up. Push up on the chin. Straighten the head slowly. Let the face relax. Now straighten the legs out, and I want you to bend your right knee and place it against the left thigh. And the back of the left heel should be on the floor. The knee may not be on the floor, but you're trying to have your legs centered. Now bring the arms forward in front of you and raise them up. Bring them as close to the ears as you can. And I want you to just bend your elbows, place the hands on the left knee, feel the stretch coming from the hip and the lower back. If you can bring the chin into the throat, do so. You're not trying to reach with the neck, with the shoulders, even with the arms. You're releasing any tension in the upper body, and that's easier said than done, but you must be aware that this is what you're doing. And especially with the breathing, don't hold the breath. You're not forcing, you're gently stretching. Then release easy and reverse. Straighten the right leg, bend the left knee, Bring the left foot against the right thigh. The right back of the heel is on the floor so that you don't have your leg turned. You're using it as centered as possible. And you may find that one leg feels completely different than the other. Now move the arms forward and up. As you lean forward, feel it coming from the hip and the lower back. Bend the elbows, place the hands on the knee. Lean forward wherever you can. Let the face relax. Continue to breathe. Let the shoulders relax. Feel a relaxation, a ripple of relaxation moving up and down the spine. And this will help you to allow the body to begin to stretch. The bodies are so tight and stiff. And then release easy. Straighten the leg out. And just bend your knees. First one knee and then the other. So that you're relaxing the legs, you're reaching into the thighs with just this simple exercise. Now I want you to bring yourself over on your stomach and place one side of your face on the floor. And if you point the chin toward the shoulder, this releases the pressure on the side of the neck. And observe the breath. Let the face relax, let the mind be quiet. Imagine that you've placed yourself in a cocoon of light. You're giving the inside of yourself some freedom. You're not trying to analyze, you're not trying to program yourself. You're simply letting go. Refreshing the entire system. Now place the chin on the floor. Bring the legs together if you can. I want you to just lift yourself up. The head, the chest, the arms, the legs if you can. If it's too much for the legs, keep them down. And then release slowly the legs, the arms, the chest. Place the other side of the head on the floor. And allow the body to accept that nourishment. A lovely back exercise for strength, for stimulation, for healing. Now the same thing again. The chin is on the floor. Just lift yourself up. The head, the chest, the arms, the legs. And release slowly. And feel that nice warmth beginning to move from the base of the spine up. Release completely. Now I want you to bring yourself to your hands and your knees. And this kind of exercise is very beneficial and relaxing to the back. Sit back toward the heels, but not on them. Feel that stretch, and as evenly as you can, visualize the center of your back, and then either side, so that you're stretching back evenly. And then pull the stomach in and round up across the shoulders as you come up slightly. Then release, and again, move back toward the heels, but not on them. And you can move your hands forward and stretch in the shoulders. And if you bring the chin into the throat, this makes a lovely stretch. And then I want you to lower yourself on your back. You can straighten the legs out, or you can bring the feet flat, or move the knees if you need to. Become aware of what your body feels like so that you can react to it, either physically or mentally. And yoga is for yourself. You're doing it for yourself, so you don't have to worry about what the books say. You're working with your own body, and it has important information in there for you. And you simply are turning the key and reaching inside and allowing it to be useful to you. Now observe the breath. You're inhaling through the nose, expanding the abdominal area, drawing the breath up into the lungs, and releasing from the lungs down. Face is relaxed. I want you to imagine that you have placed yourself in the center of a rainbow. The violet is in the center. The ripples of light begin on the outer rim with the red. Ripples of rainbow colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And you are in the center of this beautiful, rippling rainbow. Brilliant colors. Feel the energy. Each color has its own energy level. We live in a world of color. Allow the colors to move inside, flushing out the tensions, the frustrations, the anxieties, and bringing a calmness, a serenity, a peacefulness to the entire system. Use your imagination. See yourself surrounded by a rainbow, and allow the healing energies of the colors to work. I turn the page on yesterday. I place tomorrow in God's care. I live today. Today I am healthy and strong. Today I let go unhappy memories of the past or anxious thoughts about the future. Today I look for and find all the good this day holds for me. Today is mine, each shining golden hour. I hold in heart and hand and mind the power to mold in patterns gay the beauty I shall find along the way. Allow those words to ripple down throughout the body, bringing a sense of calmness, of peacefulness, of joy, of gladness. Feel the colors being absorbed in the white light, drawing the light to the forehead area and allowing the light to just bring a sense of calmness, of peace, of joy, a feeling of gladness and appreciation for life, for your life.